together in one group. Can I get everybody who's here just to hey folks, can I for just a second have everyone move just a little bit more behind their hands so that we're all together.
It's working. Oh. Thanks. What?
To motivate. So, in that way,
Thank you, everyone. We are going to begin with a prayer. And here's Susan Palmer.
Grandfather, Great Spirit of the Four Directions, we thank you today for bringing these people together to bless our Mother Earth, to protect her, to create for our children, for our grandchildren, for our great-grandchildren, for all generations next to come, the hope, the peace, the love, and the gifts that you bring us this day. I want to thank the winged people, the four-leggeds, the people of the water, the spirit that blesses us, that keeps us alive, and pray that all of these prayers come to fruition in a good way for all the people, for people of every nation, for people of every color, for people around our entire earth. And thank you, Blessed Mother Earth, for caring for us the way that we want to care for you and protect you. Oh, Madakrias.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Susan. I'm Eleanor Bravo. I am the Southwest Director of Food and Water Watch. I welcome you, and I would just like to pass on a message from Dallas Goldtooth of the Indigenous Environmental Network, who has been on the ground at Standing Rock. We have also heard that they have begun drilling underneath the river. So we are here. We are happy that we are here with all of you, brothers and sisters. We thank you so much for coming. Dallas wants everyone to know that today is the beginning of a big fight. The tribes will be bringing suit, and on March 10th, the Standing Rock Sioux chair, David Archambault, has asked that March 10th be a day of solidarity. The indigenous groups will be gathering in Washington, D.C., and as we get details, we will pass them on to you through Food and Water Watch, through our fabulous allies here in New Mexico. Camilla Feibelman with the Sierra Club, Jim McKenzie with 350.org. We all want the same things. So today, we're here for several reasons. One is that we remain prayerful, not only for ourselves and our children, but for our law enforcement and for all the people who are trying to do a good job. So we've also brought with us some of the nearly 1 million comments that should have gone to the Army Corps of Engineers, and the deadline was to be February 20th. That is no more. However, we did not want these comments, these letters from children, to just be dissolved and go nowhere. So we would like the world to know that these nearly 1 million comments still live, and we will do a symbolic submission. We have some wonderful Native friends and relatives here, and we have some wonderful veterans here who are going to, and we will help them do that. And so please be prayerful. Thank you for the energy that you've brought here today, because we are in grief for Mother Earth. And Dallas would like everyone to be vigilant to the fact that we have to continue prayerfully. We are a nonviolent people. We are peaceful people. And so I would like to now pass on to Camilla Feibelman, who will go ahead with some wonderful speakers that we have. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Eleanor, and thanks to Eleanor for really doing most of the planning for today. I want to take just a quiet moment to recognize what this is all about and to remember the young people who began the movement at Standing Rock. Kids who are 14, 15, 16 years old who realized that the rest of society, their own parents weren't giving them the things that they needed and decided to create a prayerful movement adjacent to a place that they knew was at risk as their own lives were at risk. And I think that there's a powerful message there that young people are trying to carve a new way, to find a new path, and to lead all of us forward. At our first Standing for Standing Rock rally here just a few weeks ago, I think we were all fearful of what a Trump administration might mean for each of us and for each of our communities. And I think today we can see, sadly, that vision of a scary dystopian future coming to reality. But we have an opportunity here together to work and act in solidarity together as we never have, to defend women, to defend Muslims, to defend immigrants, to defend LGBT members of our community, and stand up for the environment. It can't just be one cause. So today, I'd like to ask our speakers to come stand here together as a demonstration of the leadership that's going to pull us through, and then we'll speak in order. So Kendra Pinto, who has been working with a number of communities, but with Dene Care on Chaco, let me have you stand here. Can I have Crystal Rains Tubal and her partner Sheldon? Can I have Sabrina, who represents High School Native Youth, Peaches Blackbird, Jonathan Engel, who's a veteran activist. And I'd also like to invite members of our Native American communities who have really led this fight to stand behind them, because you're going to lead the way to the Army Corps when we deliver our petition. So if you represent a Native community and you'd like to help us lead the way, or if you're under 30, we want you to come stand with us. If you come here with your child or a kid, we're going to follow you today. We're going to follow youth today. So if you are here with a child or a kid, would you come and stand and line up with us? We've got the gentleman in a stroller. Come on up. If you've got a baby in arms who's fast asleep, come join us. We need our kids right up here at front, reminding us of why we're doing this. And her saying says, "Defend my future. I can't drink oil." Good job, everyone. Yeah. All right. This is why we're here. All right, let me introduce Kendra Pinto.
Good afternoon. My name is Kendra Pinto. I'm from the Chaco area. And I thought it was really important that this is amazing to see everyone here to support each other, especially for this Native issue. You know, it's really hard for people to still think about how we have been treated and we continue to be treated by the U.S. government. You know, so it's amazing. So I want to thank all of you for being here. I've been up to North Dakota twice, and I have never ever once felt like fear or anger from everyone on camp. And you know, and it sucks because you see in the media, that's kind of how they portray it up there, that everyone's violent. And I tell everyone back here, it's not. Don't believe what you read, really don't. It's about love. It's about love for the future. Everyone needs to remember that. It's not about us. It's not. It's about the future generations who will be here after us to care for the land. As the leaders, we need to show them that Mother Earth is worth fighting for. You have to speak for Mother Earth. So this is amazing to see everyone here. I kind of wanted just to say really quick, we have all these fights that are going on out there. And let's remember that we have a fight going on here in New Mexico, in Chaco. We had 4 parcels go up for sale, and I live on one of these parcels. So they don't consider the people's needs ever. It's always about money. Money, money, money. And this money is temporary. What are we going to do with this money that runs out in 2 years when we think about 10 years from now? This land is going to be dry. Will we have earthquakes? Will we be the next Oklahoma? We don't want that. So we need to remember, like Eleanor said, to pray together, to be together, to think about each other. Don't have any anger against each other. We need to be about the love.
All right, so what do we want? Clean water. When do we want it? Now. What do we want?
Clean water.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Clean water.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Clean water.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Clean water.
When do we want it?
Now.
Because water is life. Mini Winchoni. El agua es vida. Water is life. All right. Now I will introduce our next speaker. Do we have Crystal? Do we have Crystal here? Yeah. Great. So this is Crystal Rains Tubo.
My name's Crystal Tubles. I'm Oglala Lakota, Northern Cheyenne. So the reason why we're gathered here is because my ancestors are up there on that land that they're trying to drill under the river at. You know, we have burial sites, we have our ancient homelands and our homes that are still there, that still exist there. And so I just want to start by thanking everyone for coming out and for taking a stand today. We just had a national call. I run the Global Solidarity Campaign. We were based out of Red Warrior Camp when we first got up there, but we've since kind of moved out on our own. But we launched different national calls to action. And right now, we just had a phone call last night where we had over about 1,000 people commit to taking action in the streets everywhere across this country. And so I just wanted to update people on that right now. Is just we're calling for action from February 12th through the 17th. So February 12th to 17th, because we want continued sustained waves of action to let them know that we're not backing down and that we're not going to stop. Just the same way that they're drilling right now, we will not stop. We will not stop gathering. We will not stop coming and getting out in the streets and taking action. And so I just thank everybody for coming out here today. Yeah, sorry, I don't have much more to say. I literally just walked up and they gave me the microphone, so I might have more to say in a bit. But just thank you all for coming out and standing here with us. Thank you.
The microphone is open, so if you have more to say, please do. And do I have Sabrina here? Okay, Sabrina, make your way if you're... Are you here? I think she's here. Great. And high school activists really change things. I don't know if you know this, but some of the students who organized with John Lewis to do the lunch counter sit-ins in the 60s were high school students. And that's because people are always telling them what they can't do, and they still have the guts to rebel. So, rebel, Sabrina!
Hello, my relatives. My name is Sabrina, and I am a part of the Fort Peck Assiniboine Sioux tribe up in Montana. And I came here with my Aunt Crystal because a lot of my relatives and friends are up there at the camp still, and they've been there for like ever since the camp started, you know. And it's hold on, okay, give me a second. Well, a lot of the stuff that has been going on, it's really hard not being there because I used to live in South Dakota, and I used to live right where they're drilling, and that's where pretty much my people comes from, and it's just hard seeing that happening, and it's hard seeing my people go through that, even though we've had that's our land, you know, and we have like a minimal land as it is, and it's not right. And because we that's ours, the little land that the government has given to us, they're trying to take it away again, and you know, putting these fossil fuels that are ruining the atmosphere and everything that we have pretty much, you know, worked for. And I just want to thank everyone for being here. And oh, okay, okay. I just want to thank everyone for being here, and I love you all for being here. This is just amazing. This is like the second like activist thing that I've been to, and it's just an honor to be here. So thank you guys.
Let's hear it for Sabrina! All right, Mini Wakoni, water is life! Mini Wakoni, water is life!
Mini Wachoni.
Okay, all right, so I have mispronounced it, so give us a tutorial.
Mini Wachoni.
Mini Wachoni, water is life! Mini Wachoni, water is life! Mini Wachoni, water is life! Thank you. So now I want to introduce one of the key organizers of the Women's March, leader of a new organization that's doing solidarity organizing all through Albuquerque and New Mexico. The organization is Power Through Peace, and our speaker is Peaches Medina. Come on up.
Woo, hi guys, I'm all over the place. I know about 5 of you guys. I see you guys at everything. My name is Peaches Blackbird, and I'm the president of Power Through Peace. It's an honor to be here along with you guys, not only as my sisters and brothers, but as my family of the earth. What's going on in North Dakota is not only a native issue, but it's a human issue. It is a way, it's a type of project where they think that they can come in and take over land and use it for their own corporate greed, and we're gonna say no. Say no. No. Thank you guys. One big problem about DAPL in itself is that people like to turn a blind eye to things that aren't happening to them directly. We're here in New Mexico. We're over 2,000 miles away from them, and yet we come out here and we are alongside them. That's beautiful in itself, isn't it? You know, the pipeline isn't directly affecting you, but it is affecting someone you guys know. Being Oglala, Sioux, and Pueblo, my heritage dates back to us fighting, and I'm sure your guys' as well dates back to coming overseas, to coming and fighting for what is yours, what's not yours. So it's time for us to stand up, don't give up. Everything that you guys have all done has led you to this very moment. All your children are going to look back and say, thank you for fighting for my water. Thank you for fighting for my rights. Thank you for fighting for me so I wouldn't have to do that. Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm tired of fighting, but we're going to keep on fighting, right? Don't give up the fight. As much as it feels like you want to just give up, it's not right. It's not right for them to keep on fighting. We're down here, we feel comfortable. It's okay to feel a little afraid of what's going to happen, but what's not okay is us giving up. Thank you.
All right, tell them Peaches, what do we want? Clean water. When do we want it? Now. What do we want?
Clean water.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Clean water.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Clean water.
When do we want it?
Now.
All right, let me invite up Sheldon, our next speaker. Give him a round of applause.
Murahopa, Isan, Tiriasa, Kiwa Misuta. Greetings, everyone. First off, I want to say thank you. My name is Sheldon Tenorio. I'm from Kiwa Pueblo, which is about, 25 miles north of here. Yeah, just want to say thank you for you guys coming out, showing your support. It really means a lot. A lot of us who've been up there, a lot of us who know what's going on, you know, it's really replenishing to see everybody here and to feel everybody's energy. You know, everybody, all the relatives up north right now, you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of them are feeling like nobody cares, or nobody's thinking about them, or nobody's mentioning them in our prayers. You know, it gets lonely up there, and a lot of the relatives and brothers and sisters that I have up there, you know, you can tell that it's wearing on them. You can tell the police brutality. You can tell a lot of what's coming down on us right now. This has been culminating for over 500 years. This everybody, we talk about revolution, we talk about a rise up from the people. That time is now. Look at all the things that have happened before. Look at all the times that our people have tried. A lot of us have relatives. A lot of us have that blood. We have that energy. It's within all of us. It's not just in some of us. And being able to come together like this, it's amazing. It really gives me hope, for sure. For the past couple of days, for the past couple of weeks, I've been feeling down. I've been feeling defeated. But that's exactly the type of way that these big corporations and Trump and people like him, that's exactly how they want us to feel. They want to keep us oppressed. They want to keep us feeling down. They want to keep us feeling like there's no hope. But there is in each of us. Every time I look around, every time you guys look around, do that right now. Look at each other in the eye and know that we're in this together. A lot of people have been on the fence for far too long, not speaking up, not saying what needs to be said. You guys being here today, that tells everybody else who's watching, who's listening, who feels that energy, who feels that spirit, it tells them, do it, speak up, say something when you see injustice going on. Make that effort to stop it right then and there. We've let it go on for so long, and me, I could be enraged, I feel that fire, but for me, I try to put my energy into events or moments where we can share that love instead of that anger, because that anger is a tool. That anger is going to either push you forward or it's going to hold you back. And I feel like, that time of healing, as a hip-hop artist, that's what I try to focus on, is that healing. Words have meaning, words have power, just like our languages. When you hear some of us speak, we introduce ourselves in our languages. There's power there. There's things that we can say that the English language isn't going to portray or have somebody comprehend or understand. That's why, things like this happen. Things like this go on. I'll be one of the first to voice it or to say it publicly. Trump had to happen. Look at us coming together like this. It's bad, but it's good. There's a shift there. There's a shift in that energy. And we can either listen to our Mother Earth right now, who's calling us, who wants us to stand up for her. We can either listen and return that call, or we can miss this moment in time. In these times that we're in right now, we can either step up and be the people we are meant to be, or we can continue on in this cycle of oppression, this cycle of genocide, this cycle of terrorism. They call us terrorists. So who are the real terrorists right now? Killing the people, killing the land. That really speaks to me, because for a long time I was called radical. I was called too radical, too militant, by my own people I thought were my friends, people I thought were my peers, but it was just a way for me to invoke that spirit or to wake other people up, and now is the time that people can't say that, oh, this is not my fight, oh, that doesn't affect me and my household or my children, when it does, especially down here where we're at in the Southwest. All of our relatives, all of our communities that we have built together, they're under attack right now. They've been under attack for so long, but now it's more in the light than it was before, and so just remind yourselves that, you have somebody, you have people who care, you have somebody to look to lean on, and that's exactly what it is we're building. Thank you for Food and Water Watch for putting this together, for bringing us together and reminding us. Everybody up north needs to feel our spirits. They don't need to hear us say it. They don't need to see us on Facebook posting that we support them. They need us to show up and be there for them right then and there. You know, if we can't be at home, we're going to make all the noise we can down here.
That's right.
To let them
Yeah,
know
that's
that
right.
they So again, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's showing up, to everybody who's caring. Remember to spread that on, not just here in this moment right now in this circle, but when you go home, when you go to the grocery store, when you check your mail, you know, let people know. Check them, you know, let them know. You know, we're not in this alone. Exactly, divest. You know, all of those things. We got to keep continuing those things and move forward together in a good way. So, thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheldon. Just coming back out here again, I got a little bit of time to like feel everyone's energy and to feel the presence here. But I just wanted to say that this fight is bigger than Standing Rock. It's not just about protecting the Missouri River. It's much larger than that, because what happens there is going to set precedents for every indigenous community in this world.
Yes.
For every community fighting extreme extraction, what happens at Standing Rock sets precedents for that. So we have to continue to show up. And this isn't just an indigenous fight. When I say that, I mean that. If we breathe this air, and we live on this land, and we drink water, this is our fight. That's who that applies to. And as far as I know, that is every human being, regardless of background, regardless of color, regardless of belief. That's all of us. That's everyone here and those that didn't show up today. That applies to everybody. And so we have to take this fight serious. That's one of the biggest things. And just like Sheldon said, showing up. We may not be up in Standing Rock right now, but there are plenty of fights all across this country to show up for. I mean, Chaco Canyon, right here. We have Oak Flat brothers and sisters over there. We have our Autumn relatives fighting the Loop 202 over in Phoenix. You know, we have every community has a fight going on right now. Every indigenous community in this country is fighting some kind of form of extraction, some kind of oppression. So we have to continue to show up. Every community has a fight, so there are plenty of ways to fight. If you can't be at Standing Rock and you can't be up there are plenty of fights to have and to be fought right now. So I just want to encourage everybody to continue to step up. Don't just show up at gatherings like this. Continue to put it out on social media. Continue to organize on your own. We should be having gatherings like this every single day. Every day we need to be out in the streets. Not just today. But again, I just want to thank everybody for showing up. Your energy is felt. Your prayers are felt. And I know our brothers and sisters up north are feeling it right now. Every time we show up in the streets like this, they feel that energy. So continue to do that. And I just want to thank everybody from the bottom of my heart. Yachman.
Thank you so much for your words, Crystal and Sheldon. I want to take a little speaker's interlude, and we're going to take a moment to take an action. So I want everyone to pull out their cell phones. Pull out your cell phones. And I'm going to have you mark down 2 numbers. I think they took off the more direct numbers from the website last time we did this, so I only have the general number to the Army Corps. So you'll have to make this call when you get home. But mark the number and mark it, then it'll be in your list of phone numbers. The Army Corps Albuquerque office, and this is the only office in the entire Southwest, except for California. So ideally they're listening. Now that phone number is 505-342-3100. Go ahead and call. It's just an answering service. But when you get home, go through, leave a message. Okay, so that's 505-342-3100. But the other thing, we've got a second action. We want you to take action on Chaco in support of what Kendra was talking about. So we're going to ask you to text the following phone number. Okay? It's 505-715-8388. And you'll text the word Chaco. That'll send you a petition back that, again, you can fill out at home. It's 505-715-8388. And you'll just text the word Chaco, and you'll get a petition link back where you can take action today to stop the oil and gas lease sales going on, affecting Alati families, communities, our Chaco National Park, the climate, and our communities. Okay?
Post those somewhere for those of us who don't have our
We will. We will post them. There's another announcement. If you want to see the videos from today on YouTube, you'll just you'll write in no DAPL ABQ. Okay? And we'll post those on Food and Water Watch's Facebook site, 350's Facebook site, Sierra Club's Facebook site, and Power Through Peace. So whoever convened you here, they'll also provide you with this information. Okay?
Do you need to add anything to the message?
No, just Chaco, and then you'll get a link to fill out a petition related to Chaco, which you can do now or later. Okay? So that's us having taken an action now, and these guys are so right. We can't just rally, but we have to take action every day and every minute. So what do we want? Clean water. When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Clean water.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Clean water.
When do we want it?
Now.
All right, let me introduce Jonathan Engel, who is a veteran and is going to talk to us about why he's supporting Standing Rock.
Good afternoon, relatives. Thank you so much to the speakers before me that have just spoken such strong words. It's a privilege and honor to be here with everyone today. I served 9 years in the United States Army as a tool for empire. And as a tool for empire, I recognize, and as I try to educate myself, what sort of pain and just destruction that the tools of empire have wreaked on indigenous communities and black communities all across the world for 500 years. And I'm here because we are literally fighting for our lives. Greed and ambition and power have increased to the point where we're willing to destroy the water that we drink, the air that we breathe, the land that we grow our food in. I've made a couple of trips to Standing Rock, including the mass veterans mobilization at the beginning of December. And what I saw and experienced at Standing Rock was unlike anything else I've ever experienced before. I saw people from all backgrounds, all walks of life, coming together to stand in opposition to the big corporations and this fascist empire that's eating away at all of our lives. And so I agree. We have to take action. This needs to be a daily. We have to stay as draining as it may be. We need to pay attention to what's going on, what we can do, and organize with other people. Because I firmly believe that there is strength and hope through joining together and showing what the people can do. Because we know when actions are either destroying life or affirming life. It should be very clear. I know that many people did not vote in this country during the last election. And perhaps we did need a Donald Trump to bind us all together. But we know what our situation is now. We are facing purely destructive forces that want to divide us, that want to destroy us. And so I'm just happy to be here with all of you who helped give me that strength and that hope. Thank you.
That's another kind of service to our nation, is protecting our natural resources. So thank you for that. I'd like to introduce a representative from State Auditor Tim Keller's office. Janelle, come on up. Keeping us good on the books.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for having me. It's a real honor to be here. I know you maybe don't think of Auditor Keller when you think of rallies and such, but we try to do our best always to put sunshine on where government needs to be transparent and accountable. And so I know that Auditor Keller would love nothing more than to be here with you guys today. He's unfortunately up at the legislature, so it's my privilege to be here standing with you and speaking with you today on his behalf. And someone had mentioned earlier, but I'm going to share with you our office submitted comments in opposition to the easement last week. And yeah. And our comments still stand, and they still matter. And so I want to share with you just some excerpts. I won't read the entire thing, but I want you to know that what Auditor Keller in our office had to say. So, the New Mexico Office of the State Auditor writes to express its opposition to the Dakota Access LLC's request to grant an easement. The New Mexico Office of the State Auditor is charged with the constitutional and statutory duty to examine the financial affairs of governmental agencies within New Mexico that receive public money. From this perspective, our office has seen time and time again that a high level of transparency and accountability in all government decision-making is essential to conserving precious fiscal resources. The fiscal impact of environmental remediation almost always dwarfs the cost of prevention and mitigation. That's right. Our state, in particular, has learned this lesson far too often, most recently with the aftermath of the Kirtland Air Force Base's discharge of massive amounts of pollutants into the central New Mexico aquifer, and the 2015 Gold King Mine wastewater spill. It is, in our view, the duty of every government agency to demonstrate fiscal responsibility by conducting a thorough environmental impact statement that results in careful citing. Sorry, I know my voice is
Water
shaking.
still hasn't provided water.
In New Mexico, the strong tribal presence and history of activism in environmental matters has benefited all New Mexicans. For example, the Pueblo of Taos won a decades-long struggle to reclaim the sacred Blue Lake and has worked to preserve those headwaters for many years. Yeah, the Pueblo of Isleta in central New Mexico fought for and won the right to regulate Rio Grande water quality under the Clean Water Act. In each of these instances, the goals that the tribal governments established for their sacred waterways resulted in improved water quality for generations of all of the people of New Mexico. Listening to the communities who have been stewards of this land for many generations is both the environmentally sound and fiscally responsible approach. In its opposition to the Dakota Access Pipeline, tribal communities in North Dakota and across the country are working to ensure that the water and earth are preserved for all Americans. In order to fulfill its duty to protect the health and safety of all Americans, it's essential that the Army Corps' review of the Dakota Access Pipeline be thorough, transparent, and be conducted with the highest level of integrity. Accordingly, we recommend that any environmental impact study must include some of the following: assessment of the cultural impacts along the full length of the pipeline, including effects on tribal lands, burial grounds, and archaeological sites. Consultation with the Standing Rock Sioux tribe regarding how this will affect their drinking water, health, culture, and way of life. This pipeline was already routed away from Bismarck to protect the water supply of that majority white, more affluent community. The Army Corps must include environmental justice as part of their evaluation to ensure that low-income communities of colors are not left to bear the risk. In addition, and this is our last point, the Office of the State Auditor, we receive many complaints each year pertaining to conflicts of interest. From this perspective, we strongly recommend that the Army Corps take all actions necessary to ensure that conflicts of interest within the new executive branch do not taint the EIS process.
Yes.
It's a matter of public record that the current president announced his divestiture from Energy Transfer Partners, but this assertion should be confirmed. Furthermore, the extent of possible conflicts throughout that administration and whether any such conflicts can be cured just by divestiture alone should be the subject of intense legal scrutiny, especially given the substantial political contributions of the CEO of Energy Transfer Partners. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Mimi Wachoni, water is life. 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 Now let me introduce one of our favorite supporters at the city level, and that is Ray Garduño, who is retired city council chairman. Ray.
Thank you, Camilla. Thanks to all of you. Thanks for being here. You know, it's one thing to join together like this. It's another to really take the action forward. And that's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. I think the fear has to dissipate. The trepidation. Trump has already done that. You know, he's already told us we're not human. We're murderers and rapists, and we're, you know, and women love to be molested. So, you know, we can't get any lower, right? So let's take it to him. There you go. You know, it was interesting. And it's 525 years. 25 years may not sound like a lot, but a lot of things have happened in 25 years. So let's not forget. And it's time for us to just say enough. I'm really proud of the fact that I worked very closely with the Red Nation, Kiva Club, and many others to bring about the Indigenous Peoples Day for October, the second Tuesday in October. And although some people say, well, you know, it's just a day, it's a day for us to proclaim every single year that we're here, we're not going anywhere, and in fact, we've been here before most everyone else. I come from the village of Nambe. My brothers and sisters in the Pueblo know that we exist, and we have existed for many years, because the Spanish in 1492 or 1598 or whatever number you want to use, a long time of oppression. And they used people like my folks to oppress other folks. We were called canizaros. Canizaros are very important folks to the Spanish because they were the first line of defense. What the Spanish didn't realize is that we saw the humanity in each other, and we joined with our native sisters and brothers and did not fight against. And that's one of the reasons that the Pueblo Revolt occurred, is that we would not lay our lives for them. That's what we have to do today. We have to make sure that these folks who want to force us into, shame us into, divide us some way, that they can't get away with it. We're in it together, and the more we work together, the more we'll do together. It's been many years that anyone has said to the Native nations, to the Native folks that I have known all my life, that we're sorry. And we're sorry for good reason. Because even though we didn't carry that spear, or that gun, or whatever, we were complicit. And we were, as time rolled on, made excuses. Well, that time is over with, folks. No more hiding behind any kind of rhetoric. No more hiding behind any kind of I'm sorry's. Let's make sure that we not only get along, but we fight together. Thank you.
I say fight. You say together. Fight.
Yeah.
Fight.
Yeah.
Fight.
Yeah.
Fight.
Yeah.
And the guy who is so good at teaching us how to fight together is Bill McKibben, who founded 350.org. Kind of a nerdy title about how much CO2 we can have in the air, but it all taught us something, which is we've already gone too far. We're already at 400 parts per billion of CO2 in the atmosphere, so we cannot extract any more. And locally, we have Jim McKinsey to tell us all about it. Jim!
Thank you, Camilla. This is wonderful. This is wonderful. When we called everybody out on Tuesday, last minute, instant pop-up demonstration, we had no idea that we'd have so many people. Give everybody a great hand for coming out. So we're here today for many reasons. 350, I'm Jim McKenzie with 350.org, the local chapter here in New Mexico, and we're focused on climate change. We're all in this together because we're all on this planet together, right? And so the DAPL pipeline is about addiction to oil. We have to stop being addicted to oil for the sake of the planet, for the sake of our children. And I want to just, I saw a tweet the other day, and it said outrageous, right? Well, I want to say outrageous back, because when the guy in the White House, and I'm not going to say his name, when the guy in the White House profits off what the Corps is doing in North Dakota, that's outrageous, right? We need to remember to be outraged. We can't just get used to this, right? It's outrageous what's happening. So in a little bit, we're going to take some petitions and we're going to deliver them to the Corps. And we want to let them know that we know who they are and whose interests they serve. It is time to stop building the fossil fuel infrastructure in this country. And, you know, Standing Rock is a wonderful, wonderful thing that we're seeing because we've pulled back the curtain, right, on this huge multinational way of doing business, where we send our money, right, my pension money, my retirement fund, gets invested in a big bank in Wall Street, and then the big bank in Wall Street underwrites DAPL, right? And that's the way, and then, what is it? $2.8 billion, $3.8 billion. And then that pipeline, for my pension to be safe, that pipeline has to operate for 30 years. This is outrageous. We need to stop this. And we need to stop it now. And thank you all for coming.
All right, Eleanor, where are you? Eleanor, Food and Water Watch. Where are you? All right, she's doing logistics. Okay. So, as we wait for Eleanor to wrap up, here's what we're going to do to deliver these thousands of petitions that people all over the Southwest have gathered. We're going to ask our speakers to lead us by picking up the boxes and leading the way. So would you guys like to grab one each of those boxes? And if our other speakers will gather behind them and with them, and just stay in front of the banner. And if we can have families with kids, join them in front of the banner as well. All right, so you guys, if families and kids, can you guys come with the guys with the petitions? What we're going to do is just make a short walk to the entrance, and then our speakers are going to take the petitions a little bit further on to be delivered. And what we'll say together as we go is Mini Wachoni, water is life. So let's do that together a couple times. Mini Wachoni, water is life. 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 Mini Wachoni, water is life.
come inside, right? Okay.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for being peaceful protest. We appreciate that. You're right. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Mark Slum, Public Affairs. Okay. Yesterday they have. I'm out. Sorry, I got yours earlier. You were over there. Thank you very much, and thank you for doing by the rules. We do appreciate that. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So we'll leave it here, and then we'll take it to the people in Washington. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Do you have a
These are a portion of the hundreds of thousands of public comments that have been made by people in the Southwest to declare that they oppose the Dakota Access Pipeline in order to protect our land and our water.
Awesome. And first and last name for the record?
Jonathan Engel.
So Jonathan, tell me, you guys have been out here, and specifically, they're all obviously negative comments. What's the biggest detriment to the Dakota Access Pipeline? What is the worst thing that's going to happen with that?
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to prioritize because on one hand, you've got indigenous rights that have been violated. Not one single treaty has been honored by the United States government. And that in itself is just horrendous. But then you have the threatening of water and air that all of us require for our survival. So I see those as the two primary issues.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you for taking that.
No, thank you both for being here.
I was wondering if I could get an interview with you guys.
We need you to lead us back to the circle.
I'm with Virgin Media now.
Johnny, water is life. Johnny, water is life. Water is life!
Water is life. Water is life.
Water is life.
All right, let's give a round of applause for our speakers and petition deliverers. All right. As we wrap up, I'll ask each person to send us on our way with a thought or action for the future based on what we heard and saw here today.
I just want to say thank you again for everybody coming out, showing your support, showing that love. Moving forward from here, I kind of just want to ask everybody to, like I said earlier, to keep checking people, keep telling everybody, keep raising that awareness. It's really needed. A lot of people don't know what's going on. There's a lot of people riding the fence, so those are the people that, we have to help them change, help them, find that spirit to wanna fight, to wanna voice what they feel.
Yeah, hi everyone for being here. Like I've said earlier, we need to remember that we are all in this together, and we need to remember that love has to portray over anger. We can't be mad at each other. So remember.
So as far as actual action that people can take, I have some pretty lined out, clear-cut targets, actions, and dates that people can pay attention to. I manage a site called NoDAPLSolidarity.org. Again, NoDAPLSolidarity.org. We have thousands of targets listed out on there. Everyone that's related to the Dakota Access Pipeline right now, they're on that map. So identify a target and take action. There's plenty of stuff to do on there. So check out that website and get to the streets. Nyakshman, everyone, for showing up.
Puyamaya, for all you beautiful people for coming here. I just want to say that I know that there is, people out there that are like, well, it's not our problem, so we shouldn't really do anything about it. We can't do anything about it. But really, if you look at the big picture, we can. And it's our future, like us little ones, that's going to be affected by it in the future. So I think that if we get enough people to work and fight for, this fracking to stop, this will happen, because I know it will. And I just thank you for everyone for coming out, and I love you once again. Thank you.
I'd just like to say that we face, as a people, so many threats these days. The front lines are everywhere. And we don't know what the future brings, but I'm a firm believer in that the people united will never be defeated. So we need to stick together in solidarity.
This is the start of something new, you guys. It's the start of something that we can all get together and that we all have something in common, and that's fighting for our resources. So I'm Power Through Peace, and we're a Direct Action Network. We promote events here in New Mexico. So if you guys want to get interested or join our organization, let me know. I think I have an email server going around. I lost it. Does anyone have a clipboard? Oh yeah, there's a clipboard. That's it. And if you guys want a brochure, let me know. Necha Yani Paitra. Thanks, guys.
Hello everyone, my name is Reyes Devar. I'm from the Pueblo of Jemez. Just want to thank you all for coming out here today and showing that your support in this. I am also here representing Pueblo Action Alliance. We formulated after our recent trips from Standing Rock, and I just want to let you know that the youth is where it's at. We really need to reach out to them and educate them about what's happening, because all of us are here empowered, but what are we doing? How are we reaching out to our kids, our youth, and letting them know that they need to stand up and that they have the power to resist and fight for themselves and their future generations after them. So we're currently working on a youth initiative. We're trying to create a curriculum that's going to actually make some rippling effects and kind of show them about civic action, about our public experience at Standing Rock, and then also connect that back to Chaco Canyon. So if anybody wants to reach out to us and give us that support, please look for us. We're on Public Action Alliance on Facebook. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Again, Eleanor Bravo with Food and Water Watch. One more text. If you take your cell phones out and text 69866, 69866, and fill in the word resist, you will get regular text messages from us. Text 69866 and put in the word resist, and you'll be on our email list. So are we wrapping up now? Okay, I'm giving it back to Camilla.
Okay, we've got one more announcement, and then we're going to hear from some people who have been at Standing Rock. So we'll go there in just a sec.
Peace, everyone. We honor our ancestors here today. My name is Elisa Lucero. I'm with the drums, and I just want to let you know that we do a drum circle for Standing Rock. People come together and we drum over at St. Thomas of Canterbury Church, which is right across the street from Maxwell Museum of Anthropology. Anyway, if you're interested in joining our drum circle, we're sending it to Standing Rock, and please come by the drums and give us your email, and we'll put you on our email list. For us, we drum for the healing of the planet. We drum for our Mother Earth. We drum for communities. We drum for the healing of ourselves. It's medicine, the medicine of the drum. The drum represents the heartbeat of Mother Earth. It's our heartbeat. We are alive because of Mother Earth. Our ancestors are kept are alive. We're here because of our ancestors, so we honor them.
Just so you know, I'm with Elisa, and we drum at St. Thomas of Canterbury. But we collected almost. Zach, sorry, I don't talk on a microphone much, so bear with me. But we have collected almost $1,000 for Standing Rock, just drumming and sending love and light and positive energy to them. So please join us. Join Pastor Sylvia. She's opened her beautiful, beautiful space for us, and it's we all leave feeling more uplifted and hopeful.
Just real quick, sometimes we only have $5, $10 to send. I ain't like, oh, I'm going to go on PayPal and send $5.
Or
no,
$2.
Just bring it, and we'll put it all in a big fund and send it.
Wonderful. Okay, our last speakers have come directly from Standing Rock, Loyola. Hello, relatives. Yat-A. My name is Neola Cowboy. I just arrived back from Standing Rock yesterday. I've been no DAPL, no pipelines, no extraction of fossil fuels. Right? We're tired of this, folks. But it has been a blessing and an absolute honor for me to call Oshete my home. I quit school at the university. My daughter and I headed up there, and we gave up everything, just like everybody says, right? What does that mean? We gave up this Western life that I have been forced to live. And I got to live in the most beautiful way. I got to live anti-capitalistic. I got to live anti-colonial. I got to live amongst my people. Woo! And I got to see what true love is. And I fell in love with the water. I fell in love with the people. And I fell in love with the land once again. Western government has forced us away from our land and to sever these relationships with our land. As Indigenous people, as Indigenous women, we are here. We are part of the land. We come from the land. We are the land. Do you understand why I care so much? I am of the land. It is my obligation as a Dene woman to protect my land. I am here and I will not be silenced. I have a whole family of women standing behind me. I have the Red Nation Coalition, who are my brothers and sisters. Woo! They taught me how and why we have to fight every single day. It has been a beautiful experience, but it was also the most ugly experience. And because of their violence, the horrible violence that is in our face every single day,
for 8 weeks consecutively. These things are realities. We're doing this under prayer. We are ceremonial people. We have our traditional medicines. We get up before the sun rises and pray. Every demonstration we went to, we come with prayer. We are prayerful. We are peaceful. We are unarmed. But yet we are constantly brutalized by the militarization of the police. The police must be dismantled. You all need to learn your rights. It is very important that we stand against this. The violence is systemic. It's not only the police, but these systems of government. Right? The Army Corps of Engineers needs to be accountable for what they're doing to our people. Not only are they hurting us, our people, they're hurting the land, the air, the non-human relatives, all under our feet. This is so serious, people. I have grandchildren. I'm going to get to teach them everything I learned there. I got to live there since late August, and it was the most beautiful experience. My partner got me a teepee. It was awesome. The snow is about this high. Not everybody can endure that, you all, but I stood for each one of you. I stood for your moms. I stood for your dads. I stood for your children. And I still stand for your grandchildren. It is important that you not sit on your butts anymore. Because if you do, then we're participating in the violence against our earth, against our water, against our clean air. Now it is pivotal. We have Trump, the most racist man, running a country built on indigenous land. Don't forget, the land you stand upon is indigenous land. We are here to protect that. As I was born an indigenous woman, this fight has always been in my life. Standing Rock was nothing new. We have so many threats on the Navajo Nation. We have oil, gas, coal, uranium, all being mined and fracked. Right now we're under threat with Chaco Canyon. And I'm pretty sure when they release the private owner who bought that for $3 million, the 843 acres, we're going to hear it's Energy Transfer Partners. The same evil people who are responsible for DAPL, who are responsible for all these pipelines, right? Look at us. Look at how many we are just today for this hour and a half. Look beside you. You have so many members in your family that you can talk to. For 5 minutes, tell them that this is important. I know you all have jobs. I know you all have bills. But we need to rethink how we live our lives. So I'm up there in Standing Rock and I think, okay, here's our problem, right? Fossil fuels. Where's the solutions, y'all? Where's the solutions? As we're looking for water to drink that has been frozen for days, as we go and get wood to chop, as we bob and weave through the snow, these are things we constantly talk about in our community in Oshete. How are we going to get away from driving these cars? How are we going to get away from these gas stations? We can't keep contributing to these things, you all, okay? Learn how to, I don't know, carpool, use a bike like my homie Renee. You know, we've got to rethink these things. But we have to stand united. Because of all the violence going on in our face every day in camp, we know we're doing something right. That occupation was the most beautiful thing. But like I said, it was also the most ugliest thing because of the huge amount of law enforcement there. We even had the game and wildlife surveillancing us. What are they possibly going to do to us? But when we know our rights and we stand together, we don't have to feel fearful or under threat. If that much surveillance is actually going on, we're actually doing something right. I love you all for coming here today. Thank you so much. I'm very honored to have had my child with me the whole time. She learned an enormous enormous amount of things, and we're here to share that with you. We came back because we need to stand up for Chaco Canyon. And we have so much work to do. We're so happy and honored to be back. I don't have a job anymore. I don't go to school anymore. So like I said, I'm here for each one of you. Tell me how I can help you. But you all need to do things on your lunch breaks, as you're walking to your car. You can harass our leaders. Call the Navajo Nation president. Tell him he's a liar. He stood in front of us at Standing Rock and told us not to worry about Chaco Canyon. He told us not to worry about the Escalade. He is a liar. He lied to our faces on sacred land about our sacred sites. That is just one man. These are all puppets, okay? The system of governance is corrupt. We need to realize that. You need to read your history about this land. Don't be fooled. Capitalism is horrible. It controls your life. It makes you think you need to have an upgrade on your phone. It makes you think you need the latest makeup. Invest that time in your children and your grandchildren. Invest that time in yourself. Forget all that nonsense. Learn to re-love yourself. Start there. That's what I did. I gave up on all of that bullshit. And I love myself more than anybody loves me. And that's why I can say I love each one of you. It is so important that we stand up. This is the time. Nothing is going to get easier for us, you all. Nothing. Thank you so much. I am so honored to be here. I see so many of my relatives.
All right, before we do a closing prayer, I just want to do an exercise of action. Put your hand out. Put your intention in there with your brain. What are you going to do tomorrow? What are you going to do next week? What are you going to do next year? What's the change that you are going to create? Close your hand on your intention. Lock it into your heart. Our action is only as good as the change we eventually create. So we have to act on our intentions. Don't let today be the end. Make it the beginning. Get involved with each one of these groups with an action that you think is important, but it's got to end in change. So we'll end now with a closing prayer, and we'll ask you to go safely and happily and peacefully.
Thank you, Camila. And I want to express my personal gratitude. I also have been to Standing Rock, and we are sending this energy. Don't ever let anyone tell you that New Mexico is not a very important place. It is a very important place. We will not be silent. We will continue. We are not going to lay down and die over this. We are going to fight. We're going to follow the indigenous leaders, and this is going to be the beginning of this fight, and all of us are going to be behind each of those wonderful, courageous people up there and next to each other, the people here today. And so I want to thank you all for coming, and now we're going to close with a prayer. Just want to say I'm a sun dancer. So I've never been to Standing Rock, but I know the camp. I know the Lakota people. I'm not Lakota. I'm Chicana. I'm from Colorado in this area all the way to Teotihuacan, which is where the Pyramid of the Sun is. And that's where my people come from. And I'm honored to be here with Kathy, and I'm going to say the closing prayer in a good way.
And I'm a Puerto Rican from New York City.
Boricua! Boricua! Oh, Tinkashila, Wakantaka, Omateo. We give our hearts today. We come with our hearts. A good heart. We come with all our ancestors today. We come with all the medicine. We come with our own medicine. With our children and our elders, we come in prayer in a good way. And we ask that you hear our prayer, Creator. We give thanks for this beautiful day. We give thanks for our Mother Earth. We give thanks for all the living creatures who are praying with us today. We ask that a solution be open, a doorway be open. We ask that
the new generation come and bring us solutions, and in so many incredible ways. We pray for that. We pray for when we leave here at this moment that we come together again in sacred ways, and that we come in love always, because we know that we cannot drive out hate with hate. We have to stay in our love and be with us, Creator, go our separate ways from here out. Aho, Matakuyasi. So we're going to sing the Eagle song, okay? We're going to sing an Eagle song. Okay. How many sun dancers do we have here? Come on up. Come on up, sun dancers.
Thank you. Go in peace. Be safe. We will meet again. If you want to talk with me, I'll be here. And thank you all for coming.
No DAPL! No DAPL! No DAPL!
No DAPL!